Welcome to month one of the Pastry Shop Block of the Month Christmas Stitched. I'm so excited to do this Christmas sew along. This month is going to be pretty easy. If you open your kit, you should have gotten a panel in your kit, and as you can see, I've got one of the blocks on the wall behind me. Your panel will look something like these, and it should have about 24 different designs. So pick 13 of them, cut them out for the quilt, and cut 4 of them out for the table runner, and the rest you can do whatever you want with. You could either save and make pillows or make a second table runner or something like that. So you'll need to cut these at 8.5 inches square. So when you use your ruler to cut these out, try to put the center of your 8.5 inch ruler right in the center of the block, and then you're just going to fussy cut all the way around. The next thing you're going to need is the little fabric that's red with the little houses, and you're going to cut 26 8.5 inch strips and 26 10.5 inch strips. That's all we need to cut for this week, and we're going to get all 13 of these sewn up, and then we're halfway done with the quilt already, because that's 13 of the blocks in the quilt. So let's get started sewing. Okay, so this is what a single block is going to look like. As you can see, I've got my piece cut out for my panel, and the only thing we're doing is adding the strips to the top and bottom and then the sides. Now, these, you add the top and the bottom first and then the sides. Make sure when you're cutting, per the cutting instructions, that you cut this fabric per the instructions, because it is directional fabric. Now, if you're one of those people who doesn't mind if your houses are going sideways or upside down as you turn the block, then it won't matter as much to you. But if you're like me and you're OCD and you need your directional fabric to all go the same direction, follow the exact directions in the cutting instructions and cut it so your smaller 8.5 inch pieces are both going the direction where they're be on the top and the bottom of the block, and then you're going to cut your other pieces where your houses are going up and down, so they're on the left and right side of the block. Okay, so I'm going to set that one aside. We're going to do a couple of these together, and then I'm going to let you finish the rest on your own, and you need 13 all together. Sorry, there's little threads on my block. All right, so we're going to start with the top and the bottom pieces. So we're going to put those on there. I'm just going to chain piece these to make it easy, especially if you're doing all 13 at once, which is definitely very doable after you have everything cut. They'll go together really, really quickly if you chain piece them all. So I'm going to do the tops of both and then the bottoms of both and then press, and then we'll do the sides the same way. Oh, I just said I was going to do the tops and bottoms of both at the same time, and then I cut my thread. All right, so since I already did that one, I'm going to go ahead and add this bottom piece right on there, making sure that the houses are going the correct direction. Because I cannot handle my directional fabrics not going the right direction. But that's just my crazy brain. Okay, so that's the top and bottom of one. I'm going to do the top and the bottom of the other. I am going to chain piece all the rest of these. I don't know what I was thinking when I cut the thread on the first one. I wasn't really, but I definitely think it'll make it go a lot quicker if you do that. Now, it was a little bit tricky with the panel getting the pieces cut out. So like I said, make sure you put your ruler. Let me see if I can grab mine. I actually have an 8.5 inch ruler, which helped, but you don't have to have one. But anything 8.5 inch, make sure you get the center of your ruler right on the center of your block right there. So that will really help you fussy cut these so they come out really nice. And what I did is I just made sure when I put my ruler down, I made sure there was about the same distance on all the different sides of the pattern before I cut it. Because I found that they weren't all exactly completely square. So that really helped just by making sure there was about the same amount of red all the way around. Okay, there's the top and the bottom sewn on those. I'm going to press those and then we'll come back and we'll do the left and right side. This is what I have so far, so these are all pressed. Now we're going to add the longer strips to each side, also making sure that we're paying attention to the directional fabric. So as you can see, these are really easy to put together. And like I said at the beginning of the video, this takes care of 13 blocks in the quilt. So we've got a whole bunch of the quilt done just from this 1 week. So that's kind of fun. Now this will go through December. We should be done with, if you started with me, we should be done in November with the quilt. And if you didn't start with me and you're still on the fence, or you're just now seeing this and you grab the quilt kit, the videos will always be up here, but you can easily catch up because as you can see, these are really, really easy to do this month. And if you catch up and maintain the same schedule as I do, you should have your quilt done by the end of November, so just in time for Christmas. And then there's 2 bonus projects. There is a quilted zipper bag and a table runner kit that you will get to go with this, and you'll make the table runner out of the leftover pieces from the panel, like I was saying earlier. And also there's a thread specialty kit that comes with this that was curated just to go with this block of the month. So lots of extras with this block of the month, which is really nice. But in December, that's what we'll be doing. We'll be making the quilted bag and we'll be making the table runner. So a couple of nice little bonus projects to finish out this block of the month, and nice little things that you can give as Christmas gifts too. So you can make a table runner to match the quilt, and you could either put it on your table and have your quilt draped over your couch, which would be like a really beautiful Christmas decoration, or you can make the table runner and give that to somebody special. Or if the person is really special, you can give them this beautiful quilt and keep the table runner for yourself. And also that little quilted bag that we're going to make. You can make that as a gift too. So lots of great things from this block of the month, which is really awesome. It's not just a block of the month. There's extra little gifts you get to make too. So I think that's a lot of fun. And also with this block of the month, besides the matching thread kit that we're getting, you're also getting a boo-boo kit. So if you make any mistakes, there's one. If you make any mistakes, then no problem. You've got a little bit of extra fabric. So that's always nice to have, to not have to go back to the company and say, oh, I cut something wrong or this or that. Do you have any of the extra fabric? Or if they don't, then you have to go source it. So that's nice that that was included. But I love that we're starting off here with something a little bit easier. Now, some of you went over and looked at this kit and said, I can't do this, it's too hard, there's applique. There's no applique in this. What you saw was these blocks with the panel, and they were designed to look like applique, but they're not, which is the cool part, because your quilt's gonna look fancier than what it is. And if you send it to a long armer who can custom quilt it, you can actually have them quilt each block a different way, and it'll really look like you appliqued it. So it's kind of the cheater way to look like you had a more difficult quilt, although it's still going to be a beautiful quilt. And we're still going to have some piecing, so it's not just these blocks. All right. And there's the last one for there. So like I said, as you can see, these blocks are going together really quick and easy. You can probably sit down after you cut and get all of these done in like probably a half hour if you chain piece everything. So the cutting is definitely the longer part of this month. Especially fussy cutting the panel out. Now, I've had people say to me, You can't cut up a panel. You can cut up a panel. I promise. The world won't end if you cut up a panel. You can cut up a panel. I actually just did I'm a long arm quilter, you guys know, and I just did a quilt for somebody who made a beautiful Americana quilt, and she had cut up pieces of a panel and put it in different places in the quilt, and it was absolutely gorgeous. So don't be afraid to cut up a panel. I promise you it will turn out great. Okay, so there's that one. All right, so go ahead and finish these and make 13 of these for the month, and it will go really, really quick, and then we'll be all ready for month 2. So you can see all of my blocks on the wall behind me. I've gotten all 13 done. Those are the ones that I picked. Yours might look a little different based on the ones you picked. I'll show you the ones I picked out for my table runner. So I've got that one, and I've got this one, and I've got that one, and this one. This one looks like a frozen snow ice flake to me. Anyway, so those are the ones I picked for my table runner. The ones behind me are the ones I picked for my quilt. There was just a couple left over, but like I said, you could save those for pillows or whatever you want to do with them. Make another table runner if you like. So this was month 1. That's it. We're all done, and I will see you next month for month 2, and next month I believe we start our regular traditional piecing. So have a great month, and I will see you then. Take care. Bye.